And a breather, fill the oxygen back up into the lungs, have quarter time off. Free kick to Pennant Hills. 2-2 place, the solitary behind. Now called to play on, looks around Cooper, just goes back by hand, good hit late, and it's going to be paid downfield. And that was Oakenbaugh. They're getting stuck into him. I reckon Oakenbaugh's going to find himself in the book here. Yep. Pencil comes out of the sock, the little trusty notepad that's been used how many times now? 500 and...
506, 507.
Yeah. Oh, we've got a card.
It'll be a yellow card, an automatic yellow card for...
You can get carded in Premier Division?
Been around much lately.
No.
Just try and pick it up here.
It was late. Don't know how high it was, but Oakenbaugh's going to spend 10 on the pine. Do you get 10?
15, I think it is.
15. He's got to sit on the naughty chair. Don't tell me there's a
Can be replaced though. So a player will come on in his absence.
Costly mistake.
Oh, Bilby.
Fantastic mark. Plenty of pressure. There's plenty of defensive coverage around him. He looks to play on quickly. He's got Wales open. Wales takes the mark. 48 out from goal. 45-degree angle on the grandstand side. Looks like I've got a couple of players in front on the lead. Carey in particular was quite animated, but he's going to go for the shot, Wales. He put through the Demons' first goal in the preliminary final. No, he can't. He's quite lucky to get a minor score out of all of that. Margin is 2 goals neat.
So opportunities for Pennant Hills, they just haven't taken them so far. And St George, well, they've had most of the momentum going their way.
They run themselves into trouble, hand pass and a bobble. Bit of pressure coming here from Pennant Hills inside. They're attacking 50. The kick goes in the Priest direction. He bagged a double last week against Manly, and we've got a high. That was an accidental one. The player does clutch at his head straight away. Bit of sorries and a back pat. That was Owen Orban. He's got numbers to his left. He just dead set doesn't want to look. Kieran Wright must not be his mate because he was all on his lonesome. This kick long inside 50. Bilby got it, did he? Yes, paid the mark.
A wonderful mark from there from Luke Bilby, and he is presenting well for the Demons, but needs to convert this now. Put it on the scoreboard and get the Pennant Hills Demons game underway.
The inner city, not usually the natural habitat for a Bilby, but he's doing all right so far. Couple of nice marks, and he needs this one as a steadier. He'll kick it from about 35, real stuttering type run in. The goal umpire leans back. That's a goal. It's Pennant Hills first. They jag the margin back to 6.
Well, he did the job there, Luke Bilby. They've had their opportunities going forward, Pennant Hills, but this time Bilby was able to convert. The good kick in from Cam Smith after copying that high knock. And Bilby just got to the front of the pack. Good work from Rangadira Wikrama, just stayed down and made sure some of the Dragon defenders weren't able to get to the contest. And Bilby did the rest.
So the margin 6. In time on now in the first quarter. Resume hostilities. Just tap down from West. Clearance doesn't come with them though. The mark taken in the centre. Wales. It's down to the hill side of the ground. He's up with the teammate who takes the mark. Sent long into the 50 on the run. Good work.
Well, he did all the work to give a chop out to Luke Bilby, but now he's taking a mark on his own. Rangadiri Wikrama hasn't had the best of weeks in front of goal, and he'd dearly like to slot this one. And this to bring it back to all square.
Diri Rama.
Close.
Rama comes in.
It's not actually his name. We've changed it just on your team sheet just to see how you go your first time. So Wales goes the hand pass inboard. Kick chopped off. Angel looked up, thought he saw a teammate. Couldn't thread the needle. Inside 50, the tackling pressure from both sides. West, geez, he didn't have much more time. Just got the hand pass away. The kick to all the interchange gates here at the King George V Memorial Grandstand. Not a good one. It was just all for territory, and it's Pennant Hills.
Starting to get their game going now, the Demons.
Deary Rugrama wishes he had that one back. Not really.
No, I think he's pretty happy with that.
Yeah, me too. The pole got right in my way. All I saw was the kick that it was about 2 metres off the ground.
Good shepherd by the
spinning
pole.
side on side.
A good mark taken here by Tom Edmonds, and this, to put it all square, they'd love to go in even at quarter time.
Left foot 48. It's going to have to come back with the breeze. It also needs a little bit. Mark can't be taken. St George just want to scramble that across the line, but good tackling. I think this will just be a big punch across the boundary line for a rushed behind. They can't get hands to it. Eventually they do. West
Question asked about a throw.
just punched it from about 4 metres out. We're approaching the end of the first term. Prelim final here in the AFL Sydney, presented by BLK. Listening to us via the live stream, or 89.6, was it, Craig?
Yes, it is.
89.6 on your FM dial.
Here at the ground.
If you're chewing up, we've got a 50 coming up here. If you're chewing up all your data and you're trying to watch it on the far side, just walk over to the car, turn her over, 89.6, a little narrow cast. You can hear the dulcet tones of Julian Dorr, courtesy of ABC Grandstand.
Dragons by 5 points. Sending it in towards the right pocket, climbing high!
Oh!
The stairway to heaven. That is one of the marks of the year. I don't care where you live.
Well, he's known for his high marking, Paul Sain, and there it was for all to see. Feeling middle night tomorrow night.
Craig's just
Thrown
got
a cat amongst the pigeons.
He's just got himself some work to do, Abba.
And saying, can he finish it off? It deserves a goal. And he puts it through.
Usually if you get that high, this close proximity to the airport, you need to put a fly plan in. You'll get in trouble from CASA.
It's a good thing a plane wasn't flying overhead at that moment. He would have touched it.
Here it is again.
Off the 50, which I think it might have just been across the mark that was paid for. Oh, that is textbook hanger. Did well as well to pick it up on the second chance, and there's a photographer 10 metres away who just had to move out of the way of a boundary umpire who is dead set going home to kick the cat.
St George get one right in the shadows of quarter time here, and they'd be very happy with their efforts this first term of this preliminary final.
Umpire gets us back underway. The tap, a good one. Jerry Kramer got his hand pass away to Wales. He gives the go and get. We now go to the outer side. Kick not a good one. Makes Bilby do a bit of work. The bounce not kind, although he can keep it in. Just slams it on the right shoe. Goes long inside 50, but the Dragons, little hand pass toward the line. The question going to be asked here. And was it given?
No.
No.
Umpires out there today as well.
Who are they? Couldn't find it in my footy record.
Matthew Bogent, Dean Garraway, Frank Kulisic. They'll be gunning for a grand final themselves as well.
Hawthorne back in. Second wing for Pennant Hills. Goes through the hands, ball spilled. Good tackle. Affected there by Edmonds. Ball remains trapped. Can they get a free clearance? They do now. Angel down the line. A centering kick looking for a man open. A couple of grabs. Takes a third and he's going to pay the mark.
Well, he's causing the difference down there in the forward line at the moment, Luke Bilby. He's just too tall. Found himself in a little bit of space there, and some great work on the far side by Angel. Stepped inside an opponent, saw a player in the corner of his eye, and spotted up Bilby. Needs to kick this.
This will be a huge goal right in front of quarter time. Looking for his second. The helicopter has landed. Margin back to 5. Bilby has his second, and he's going to be the major danger for the St George's backline all afternoon.
Let's have a look at this Angel piece of work here. Just there, stepped inside and then opened up some space for Bilby. And a little bobble mark, but got every piece of it. Went back and kicked the goal.
So, things just getting a little chirpy out there at the moment, but the umpire's doing a good job to control play. Another goal here. They probably, I wouldn't say deserve the lead, but they've probably played better. That kick, well, the shoe went 15 metres, the ball went 25.
And they're the marked.
That's no good. Wet ball, wet ground. Now your socks wet. You're going to find your spare pair of socks at quarter time. That is quarter time. The siren you hear. An intriguing first quarter. It is the Dragons 3-2-20. They hold a 5-point lead against the Pennant Hills Demons 2-3-15. Goal scorers in the first quarter. Lycarkis, Hodgson, Bilby with a double, and Paul Sane. He also picked up mark of the year in that first quarter.
It's worth having another look at, Muzz. Here is that mark.
Not often you get to give a car away during the first term.
Look at Sane, just had the perfect set.
That's glorious.
Fantastic scenes here at Henson Park. The end of the first term for this, the preliminary final. St George lead it by 5 points. A good quarter for the boys from St George. And they will go into the quarter-time break. Happy with their efforts. Pennant Hills on the other end, well, they didn't let them get away. They're still in this contest. We've got an intriguing one. Who will it be to take on the Eagles in the 2015 BLK AFL Sydney Grand Final? We are 3 quarters away from finding out. Welcome back here to Henson Park. What a time here in this preliminary final. And so far it has been a tight contest, and George have threatened to break away, but the Demons have real dominion. You're listening to Julian Dorr and Murray Canellan up here in the commentary box.
Let's go at it. It's West who gets the honours this time. It's a good strong tackle. Ball it up again. The Dragons looking to get past the Pennant Hills hurdle. Third time of asking. Out in the last two prelim finals. Ball up again. Comes down with Dale Aquila. Sends it. But it's been intercepted by Jones and he's now on the run. Kicks it down the far boundary. Bounce isn't kind for sure. Out of bounds on the centre wing.
On the full. And poor Jerry Rick Rama, he's going to have to jump the fence here. Who was that player that jumped the fence? Collingwood? It would have been against Sydney back in the day. He jumped the fence and decked the bloke. in like a pre-season cup game.
I'm not sure. This is Cam Smith though.
Well, got the week off from the Storm Cam, so he's just going to come up and play a little bit. No, nearly an anything you can do, I can do better attempt there from Ray. Oh, there's another one too. The boys have got springs in their legs this afternoon. Good little one-handed pickup. Has no one to go to. Run down from behind and he's gone. No, he's gone in the back.
A reprieve for sure. It's the Dragons. Tomlins, he marks it right in the centre. There's a man on the lead in Prescott, finds him, looks up, goes inside 50. The pack forms, great mark at full forward by Nick Ryan. Marks at about 20 out.
Ooh.
And he's in trouble here. Oh, that's just a little stumble. Work out the kinks, he'll be fine.
Yeah, kicked a couple of crucial goals for the Dragons last week. Did Ryan. I think he nearly kicked the final goal, or at least the sealer, ABBA. So this one from directly in front, Jules.
One of the prime movers last week in the win over the Giants.
Can he deliver here on preliminary final day? Of course he can. Restores St George's 11-point advantage. 3-3 becomes a 4-2 to 2-3 scoreline. St George looking good at the moment.
It's kicking out of the middle here from Prescott. Nick Ryan just had the perfect set. There's 3-4 players on their own in there in the forward line. So some worrying signs down back for Pennant Hills.
Yeah, Witness didn't read the run of Ryan at all. Ryan sort of half stepped back and then led hard to the ball, and it completely stopped Witt's momentum. So back in the centre square, and if they're going to get any momentum, it's going to come out of the middle for Pennant Hills. Good tackle. Angel held to him.
The carcass it was coming through.
It's been a feature of their game this afternoon.
It was Guthrie.
Not really a feature we saw last week, Abba, was the tackling pressure, but they've really ramped it up this afternoon. Brown with the ball, turns it over, kick inside 50, can't be held, scraps at the bottom of the pack, snap round the corner. Oh. Hay has a shot on goal. Must have narrowly missed, or at least scraped the back of the post.
It's touched as the goal umpire.
Touch, so off the boot, unlucky, because that was a beautiful snap round the corner, Jules.
From the kick in, Tomlins has made a meal of this. Great defence work. And the ball goes over the line on the far boundary, right in front of the cars. Getting a prime view, listening to us on the narrowcast, I'm sure. Honk your horns if you are.
Yeah, no, they're all streaming in.
They're listening intently. West wins the ruck. Comes back out. Going through their hands. Adiri Wikrama sends it back into the attacking 50 for the Demons. Looking for a way through. Bilby does it nicely. Sends it to the top of the goal square. They're there in numbers. West gets it across to Shaw. Shaw sends it down to centre wing. Ball back in the hands of Widmer. Kick up in the air. Doesn't have 15. Still down the line on the lead. Great work from James Dunn to take the mark. A diving mark as well. They have plenty to do. Takes it 45 out from goal on a 45-degree angle.
Just getting repeat inside 50s here at Pennant Hills, and they need to convert one of them very quickly. It is a 10-point margin. We're approaching the 5-minute mark of the second term. So they need to just roll this margin back in a few points. 6 would be handy from right on the paint of 50. It's short. He might have kicked it with the old shin. He's got a claim of a push, but umpire says no. Ball it, throw it back in, serve, which they do. Plenty of height, not much on the length. Sort of goes through everyone. Coming at the back of the pack, Pennant Hills, they get a snap-on goal. Looks like it'll be across the face. No, good mark taken on the last line of defence there by Daniel Napper. And he will send St George outside 50, Jules.
Down the line, but again, Pennant Hills, they've got the ball trapped.
Push out. Tomlins will get the kick.
Almost had it perfectly. Short kick. Well, that's a fantastic commitment there from Adiri Wikrama.
Perfect.
Thank you. Snapshot across the body. Can this be perfect? Oh, you bet. Pennant Hills close the gap even further.
Well, you've called it there, Jules. Chalk that one down to the efforts of Adiri Wikrama. Just to get a hand in on that contest to make sure they didn't get a clean mark out of defence, the Dragons. And wonderful effort. Here it is here. Just got his hand to it, put his body on the line. Done with a good tackle, caused the turnover, and a handball from Cooper. And what a great shot on goal. The Demons trail by 4.
We'll give that to Nick Hay. Pretty sure that was Nick Hay. So ball back in the middle. Can they get consecutive goals for the first time this afternoon, Pennant Hills? 2 goals so far in this first quarter. The only multiple goal scorer is Bilby with 2. And he's taken a couple of cracking marks. Mark of the year definitely going to Paul Sain. Ball falls down now. This man was sensational last week. He's going to set up a goal here. No, he's not. Like Carcass drops it at the last minute. Nathan Kenny was sensational last week. He's sniffing about for another one. This kick is good. And that was a well-judged mark there. Coming back with the flight of the ball, Bradley Keogh. His kick, not a good one, but they have some numbers running into trouble.
Oh, trouble here
Thomas
for the Giants.
Angel.
For the Dragons, sorry. Guthrie.
He's holding at the shoulder. But
Run it out.
yeah, exactly. Always easy to run a shoulder out. We've got a whistle and a throw. The free kick going to Pennant Hills.
They've got a man out here on the near wing with Keogh in front of the grandstand. He takes off at centre wing, puts in the kick downfield. Marked by Widmer. He plays on, kicks it into the centre towards the top of the goal square. It's still Pennant Hills. They lock it up. Great tackle. Affects the turnover. A short up and under. Keogh drops a sit-up. Gets it on through the hands. Finds Angel. He's got some time. Puts in the kick inside 50. Bounces up. Dragons there with numbers way too long. Gets it away. Now they're off through Prescott. Down the line again in the centre. Out to the far wing. It's a one-on-one chase. Kenny does well. Great crunch. Turn back over. Pennant Hills flying in there was Hodgson with no fear or favour. Ball tied up. And all that, a free kick going to the Dragons.
Where did he find that?
Well, he was down low on his knees and was tackled around the head there, Johnson. I can't see how the umpire couldn't have called high.
Good contest at half forward for the Dragons. They're going to see this one go across. Just going to have a look at the free here. Kenny did well to lay the tackle. He buries the head.
Ducked through that one. That's fair enough. He did duck into that tackle. Didn't, well, maybe he did last minute, but it was going to be high anyway.
So now Pennant Hills with a bit of run. This kick out to the broadcast side. Good mark over his shoulder there by Theo Moratis. He just squares the kick in, but it had too much. Over the head of Hay, he picks up the crumbs. Wants the kick back. It was a real scrubber along the ground, but turnover coming once again. Delaquila puts boot to ball, and boundary line wins out. Well, boundary throw in just adjacent the right point post.
St George really missing the collective management down there in the back line of Bryce Addison, who we obviously saw with a very nasty leg injury last week. He's the sort of general back there and sweeps around. Just a little bit confused back there at the moment.
Ball thrown back in. So the Dragons in a bit of trouble. Great tackle over the boundary line. Almost sent him into that concrete slab. Ball be thrown in next to the behind post. Solid preliminary final brewing here at Henson Park. The Dragons and the Demons. The East Coast Eagles await next Sunday here at Henson Park in the grand final. Snapshot here for Medmonds. He's gone all kinds of wrong.
Yeah, I've liked the game of Bilby so far. He did the ruck work on that occasion, but he is the difference up forward for Pennant Hills at the moment. One player we haven't seen a lot of in this game so far, Matt Carey.
Ball thrown back in. Here's Bilby flying high. Gets it across, a little up and under snapshot. That's clever. Delaquila kicks the goal, and the Demons hit the lead. Again, Luke Bilby had his hands all over that. Yeah, Craig?
Yeah, once again in the ruck, just brings it down to the almost a set play. Delaquila, how good was that? Didn't even take possession. Once again, just threw it on the boot. And the veteran puts the Demons in front.
2-1 in this second term. Goals to Ryan, Hay and Delaquila. So Oakenborg being sent to pinch hit in the ruck for St George. Sniffing around was Edmonds. He gets his hands wide to Hay. Hay goes long to the edge of the square. Now, Adiri Rikrama looks up. Can he spot a target? He does. That was clever. Bilby plays on for 3.
Mate, you're going to be living that down for the rest of your life. And it's on YouTube.
It certainly is. He elected to play on. Don't think he knew how close the man on the mark was, and I think he felt the pressure immediately. That would have been a good goal. Could have turned a 1-point margin into a 7. So still 2-point ball game. Lucky it's not in the dying minutes of the fourth term. Geez, I thought he just dropped a cold there, Napa. He gets it back, and it's now St George through hands, trying to relieve a bit of pressure. Napa once again goes down the outer side, finds Jones. He goes wide. It's Nathan Kenny, looks up, goes long inside 50, this kick a beauty. That finds David Ryan, but this kick on a near impossible angle, he puts it up to the top of the square. Source West couldn't pick it up. Oh, play nearly thought about running it through for a behind, thought better. Hands and knees stuff here from Pennant Hills, and they do a terrific job to get from their deep back pocket now to half back Julian.
Edmonds with it, defensive wing. Demons leading by 3 points. Into centre wing. And good work to maintain the mark there from Talbot. Sure, either one was fine.
He answers to Talbot.
Well, that's not a good kick from him. Jones did well to intervene. Hand pass intended for him. Doesn't quite pull off. Kenny throwing himself into the work. Still looking for support. The kick out clear. Oh, that's great courage from here. Got a St George player down again. Dragons with it at centre wing on the grandstand side. Here's Hodson. Kicks it into the 50. Mark dropped. Still, they've got numbers around the footy.
Oh, played that well, Nick Ryan. Just kept backing back into his opponent and just got the umpire's eye and drew the free kick. And traditionally a very good shot on goal, Nick Ryan.
Oh, we've got a player coming off here, holding his arm at a real weird angle.
Meantime, Nick Ryan with the footy. Looks up at the
Is that
Dragons.
Guthrie?
This could be shoulder out territory.
Guthrie had the arm issue just recently.
Nick Ryan from 40 metres. Looks okay. Straight over the goal umpire's head. Dragons hit the front again. Another lead change in the second term.
It's Alex Wynn who's come to the pine holding his shoulder, but no one from the physio or the doc really having a look at him at all, so he must have given him the A-OK.
Watch here, Nick Ryan almost took the mark. Knew he had a player on him, just kept backing back and drew the free kick against Daniel Preent.
Can't go to the shop and buy experience, Craig. That was all years of experience just to earn that free kick. 16 minutes through the second term. It's 5-2-32. The Waves St George 4-5 to the D's. They go inside 50 once again. Back-to-back goals. Crucial in this game. We've only had them on one occasion. Gone.
It's a real ebb and flow game, isn't it, Muzz? Goes one way, goes the other. Right now, St George with a little bit of momentum. Carey, good courage.
Kick finds a Derry Whitram. We'll come back to that as, again, Angel looking to retreat. He's in trouble, steps around nicely. That's the kick down to centre wing. Wasn't quite ready for it, Edmonds, but he takes the mark. Back to Derry Whitram. It's in a kick towards the attacking wing. Batted on nicely by Del Aquila. Sends it back on through to Wales. Inside towards the full forward position. Dragons there in numbers. A short kick doesn't clear as well as they would have liked. Good tackle by Ray in the back. Free kick is at George.
Del Aquila just got in the back. Wasn't happy with the call. It's unfortunate, sort of spinning tackle.
The kick long and high, just in front of the interchange gates. Little series of hand passes. Good smother there from Oakenbaugh. He owes his side from being sin-binned earlier. Now Del Aquila, right foot snap, goes high. Top of the square, 3-on-1 here. Bilby did well just to fight a few off, and he comes back for some crumbs. Gets a good shepherd as well. Allows his teammate to get in there. Hay just goes up and under, and it's now about 40 out. Good little hit after the ball. Kenny's going to have to do some work. And it's now St George out to the far wing at true centre wing position, Nick. Holds it up. Goes to the top of the arc. Mark can't be taken once again. Do well to spin out of a tackle. Now through hands. Wales looks up. Plenty of space, plenty of time. Long inside 50 from the side. Oh, Mark Hay. Nick Hay from the side. Late whistle. He will have this shot from directly in front, 40 out. Three-point margin. Heading toward the shadows of halftime. 5-2, 32 plays 4-5, 29, 18 and a half minutes. Nick Hay from 40, directly in front. Leans back on it. The horns don't worry him. He kicks a goal. And it's Pennant Hills now back in the lead by 3.
Pendulum shifts again to the Demons. With that kick from Nick Hay. There's a very late whistle on the mark. It was justified in paying. Some good work through the middle here from the Demons. Worked it by hand. Here's that mark from Hay. Had his eyes only on the ball. Good work there from Del Aquila. Just got involved, made sure that his opponent in Ben Jones didn't have a run at the footy.
The ball back in the centre again. Demons by 3 points. For their third consecutive grand final appearance. East Coast Eagles awaiting the winner of this one. Ruck on us again with the Dragons. No clearance forthcoming. Ball barely seeing daylight. Umpire will intervene. It's been close throughout so far this afternoon. Game really yet to open up for either side. Goes through the hands. It's been intercepted well by Wales. He's been strong this afternoon. Pulling on top of the footy is Shaw. Trying to get back out. Shaw does well to affect the changeover. This is Kilpatrick. Gets it through the hands again to the carcass. George just inching it ever closer. West again involved.
West v Wales. Good lineup that one there, Muzz.
Well, I'll tell you what. I know another red-headed fellow with the last name Wales, and they could nearly be twins. I might start calling him Harry out there. Kick inside the centre square. Sutton peeking out. Is that a falcon or a punch? So now, through a bit of traffic and a bit of run, Moraidis can't hang on to it. Nice step. That was lovely work there from Jones. Finds Jordan West. He has a role to play if they are to win this afternoon. Nick Ryan from the side. I think Paul Sain just had to pull the hands out there for a second to say, I didn't touch it. That was all Nick Ryan. Lovely work from the St George veteran, who's already bagged 2 in this second term. This, the tougher of his shots on goal. Crosses the paint of 50. He'll kick it from 45 on a slight angle. Goal umpire has to do a bit of work, but stops, leans back, and goes bang with the goal. Ryan has 3. The lead back to St George.
It's ebb and flow in this game. The lead change is starting to pile up. This is great stuff. Tell the desire of these two sides to get into the grand final, and that's most interested spectator there, Abbas.
Yeah, Mick Sankey, the coach of the East Coast Eagles, looking on with much interest. And not really getting a read on who will be taking on next week at this stage.
It's probably the hard thing so far. You can watch and you can take as many notes as possible, but until you really do get a gauge on who you're going to be playing, it's hard to start putting thoughts into one side or another. But this is where they get you, St George, out of the centre. From 50, long shot on goal for short from the side once again, Paul Sain. He wants 2 cars.
Might get a fleet before this afternoon's over at this rate. The Demons again looking to clear it. Ryan, he's been beaten. Preen sends it down the line. Back in again, St George. Clear shove in the back. That one was pretty obvious. But the kick, that's poor.
Coming out of their back end, this will be where East Coast will rip them to shreds. These kicks coming out of their back end, although they're going to get a bit of space here through Wadiri Rick-Rama. Angel slips, then gets a hand pass off. Going through the centre of Henson Park, Delaquila has 3 bounces, looks up to Bilby. Honoured the lead, put it out in front where only he could take it. Big Luke Bilby has been one of the guns for Pennant Hills year after year after year.
Yeah, he's played a few roles down there at the Demon Land, and right now he is the dominant forward.
This to swing the lead. Back the way of the D's. Helicopter punt, no good. Rushed across the line. So the D's veteran can't get a good piece of that. They trail by 2. Julian.
Long kick out to the half-back line again. Bilby all over it. Gets the handball away to Angel. Takes the shot towards the top of the goal square. Clearing for takeoff, but the ball sailing over the heads and through for a minor score. The margin now the shortest possible. Just the 1 point in favour of the Dragons.
So, not coming back next week. We'll play extra time. Going to go wide to the interchange gates, looking for West. Tries to fight front position, but Bilby holds solid. Got his hands to it now. Pennant Hills with a bit of run. They do They try to link up with a chain of hand passes, with the tackling pressure once again from St George.
It's a good second effort there from, that was Jesse Hare. The handball didn't hit the target, but he didn't give up. Went in there and made sure it didn't go any further afield, and now the Demons are away.
Back inside 50, once again it's a 2-on-2. No clear winner. Angel hovering over the ball, gets it on. Trying to get some spaces. Still Aquila, but the Dragons again sending it down the centre corridor. Rolling to the far boundary at centre wing. The man who'll get there first will be Wales. He does. Puts in a little tiny grubber kick along the ground. Really nothing doing. Dragons send off down the other way. Going through the hands from Ryan. It's in on and now trapped, and Brown does well. That's a free kick for in the back. Attempting to win the car, but not quite doing the job.
He's really struggling down there at the moment, Daniel Preen. He's the player who's charged with the responsibility of Nick Ryan, and he's trying everything in the book at the moment.
Going to full forward here. Mark dropped. It's loose for Kilpatrick. Can't be quick enough though. Trying to clear. Vidiri Rama is on the lead. And now the Demons that have 4 players around the ball to the Dragons 1. Instead they kick down the line. Looking for Bilby over his head. Over everybody's head. And half back they take it. Nice show and go. In front of the interchange gates. Conan in all sorts. Gets a handball on. Priest. Can't quite find it. It comes back with Ray. Into the throw. Gets the ball on to Angel. Angel trying to slip through. Plane flying into us. Moratis goes through. Loses possession. Lakakis. Handballs on to Guthrie. Guthrie swung to the ground. And a little kick again. Vidiri Rama will get there first. Tries to keep it in, but he can't. Right at centre wing.
What a great game at the moment we have on our hands. Driving in, thought with the rain pelting down there along Parramatta Road, I thought we're in for a dour, ugly struggle. But right now, the ball is open. It's out in space. Skill's a little bit lacking at the moment, but all set up for a great prelim final.
Talbot throws it on the boot. Pennant Hills play got a bit of a shove, but nothing of it. Plays on, goes long to the hot spot. 1-on-1, kick, great. Goal coming.
Right on the siren.
On the bell, James Dunn. A bit going on after it too. Look at that. They say it's a game of inches, but that was a game of seconds, because if he plays on any later, he doesn't get the kick off, but he does. This was lovely work. It all started by Michael Talbot.
One thing I want to point out here, Muzz, is you see coming out here, you've got to know what foot your opponent kicks on. Cooper, obviously a right footer. Kenny went to the left and opened up plenty of space. And this is good work by Dunn. Took a very good mark. Siren goes now.
It's a line ball finish.
Obviously, Pennant Hills in control of the siren.
We've got independence at the in the finals there, Muzz. So as we go into the halftime break, it's been a monumental tussle so far. Neither side really showing their wares, as in who will take on the Eagles next week. We've got a very close game here. 5 points is the margin in favour of Pennant Hills due to that late Dunn goal, and we have got a real ripper on our hands here at Henson Park. 6-7 43 Pennant Hills, 6-2 38 St George, and make sure you stick around with all the second half action coming to you here live from Henson Park as the umpires wave off the scoreboard. We'll bring you all that action in about 20 minutes time. Stick with us. You're watching AFL Sydney Live. Welcome back here to Henson Park. Half time here in this 2015 BLK AFL Sydney Grand Final. And thanks to a very late goal in that second term, it's Pennant Hills who take a 5-point margin into this third term. You're with Julian Dorr, Murray Canallen, and Craig Abercrombie up here in the commentary box. And straight away there's a blue happening.
Emergency umpire alert.
And a free kick coming from it. And it's going to go to Pennant Hills. Now let's take it away, boys. I assume we're underway.
We are now. We've got another one. Hang on.
We've got conflicting free kicks.
We've got to come in and say what's going on. Wouldn't you be gutted? As the umpire had the ball in his hand, you're thinking, right, he's got a good bounce to get things underway. You get it taken off you. Little hand pass, little sneaky sly one, couldn't go. The required Matthew Talbot, who set up the last goal. The hand pass coming to Kenny makes him do a bit of work, but a bit of open pasture here, which is what we didn't see much of in the first half of footy. This kick inside 50, Oakenbaugh, big leap at it. Maybe had a case that he got pushed under it. Play on the call, comes out to Adiri Rikrama. The crowd thought there was a throw there. This one trapped in. The umpire says, give it to me. 6-7-43 plays, 6-2-38. One half of footy, East Coast away. Next Sunday, you'll see it all live here via Digital Sports. Kick inside now, hot spot. Adiri Rikrama, brave, goes back with the flight of the ball. With him was Widmar. Pick and go. And Hills just hacked this one out. It's going to go out to Talbot on the far wing.
He retrieves it, looks up, kicks it down the line. On the lead, the ball drops short of Cooper. Picks it up, well held. The turnover, again another strong tackle. The umpire taking an age to make a call, and he delivers a hold on the ball verdict.
Sure, the boys doing stats don't know exactly how Cooper got rid of that one.
I've never seen the that signal either. That was a one-handed hand pass in my book.
Delacqua gives it 15-metre pass. Mark taken about 60 metres out from goal. Sent in towards the left forward pocket, and again, guess who? Luke Bilby. Gets in front and takes the mark.
Traditionally quite a difficult pocket to score from. This front right-hand pocket here at Henson Park. Perfect conditions.
He's got two already, Luke Bilby. This would be the pick of the bunch if he can put this one through. On its way. Straight over the goal umpire's head. Perfect start to the second half for Pennant Hills. They lead 7-7 to 6-2.
Really clever there from Bilby. Didn't try and kick the ball too hard. He just aimed at that far post. And very nicely done indeed. Craig, that pocket's that dead. It's actually sponsored by White Lady Funerals. That is the White Lady Funerals pocket. Just getting a bit of extra money here for the local area.
Local area, your back pocket.
No, local area. No third-party deals here. Unless you're a dim sim manufacturer or distributor. We are looking for sponsorship packages to get us through next week. Plenty of grand finals here as Adiri Rikrama comes off his half-forward flank. Can he beat the X Factor this afternoon? Oh,
Cooper.
Nice mark there by Nathan Cooper. Looks up, wheels around, right foot, hot spot. Oh, big leap from everyone. All and sundry. Bilby was there once again, crashed the pack nicely. Pennant Hills doing a good job to trap it inside their half. Moraidis, clever kick, goes to Angel, plays on quickly. Touched across the line, margin out now to 2 straight kicks.
Well, this is the biggest margin that Pennant Hills have enjoyed this afternoon. How will this one bounce for Napa, fortunately. And a little bit of a worrying signs, I reckon, now for the St George coaching panel. They'll be making sure that Pennant Hills don't get too much further in front.
Ray looking for Widmer. Doesn't quite get it. Smith, he's been surrounded by 3 Dragons. Guthrie, one of them. Still, it's right in front of us here, in front of the interchange gates. Nice, clever work from Ray to Widmer. Dribbles it back towards the arc. Gets in the contest. Oh, this is a great tussle here. The Saints backline wins it. The Carcass, that wasn't the best handball. Does the job, though. Kick down the centre. To centre wing. Now handball on from Talbot. Talbot, rather, sorry. Oh, that's inventive. Straight out of the air from Wright. Not the great result. Ryan trying to step around White. He does. The hand pass, not the best. In the end, it just trickles over the boundary line on the far side.
He's done a good job here, has David Ryan. As I said earlier, standing at the side. Kieran Wright, he can be such a general back there for the Pennant Hills Demons, but Ryan has really set him a task to make him accountable.
Ball back into play. True centre wing just adjacent the centre square. Umpire hovers over this one. Blows the Acme Thunder and says, "Oh, have it, boys. Give it to me." We're 5.5 minutes through the premiership quarter. 7-8-50 plays 6-2-38. The way of Pennant Hills. They have dominated St George on prelim final day for the last couple of years. Sort of heard a whistle there, but play on the call. Touched across the boundary line. In front of the old bleachers here at Henson Park. And geez, can you imagine how many they squeezed back here in the day? The glory days of the Newtown Jets. Just going across the road. I'm sure plenty of the high school boys, Wags, plenty of school. This will be an interesting call here. He's going to call touched. I thought that was very clever and actually tapped back onto the boot of Brown, but play on is the call. Across the boundary line, we'll have a throw in.
Just near the Pennant Hills half-forward line. It's thrown high. Punch forward to the arc again. Handball finds Hay. Hay out wide to Widmer. Going towards full forward, just too far. Bilby bats it on a couple of times, loses his footing. Ball stays in. It looked like it was over the line. Boundary umpire behind the play found it. Thrown right on the arc. In front of us on the grandstand boundary.
The Dragons got real issues back there. They can't quite find a match-up for Luke Bilby at the moment. I think it was Priest that was standing him at that contest, but gave him 3 or 4 metres on the play. That's something they need to address.
There's the kick. They can't get past centre wing. Smith sends it high and long in the direction of Bilby. Can't take the mark. It falls back to the arc again. And into a shove, play on. Strong work from both sides. Kick down towards... Well, that's it, pushing the back every day of the week. Thrice on Sundays. And a free kick for the Dragons.
First time
just outside 50.
The word thrice has been used in broadcast.
Obviously lives in the northern suburbs. Might be Pennant Hills. Boy, good mark taken back there. The kick goes wide, finds Talbot, has a bit of work to do. Dragons play does a nice little bit of work there to get it back inside. Ball falls down. Who's going to get the crumbs here? Trouble. We've got one behind. Margin back to legs 11. 6-3-39. St George, Pennant Hills 7-8-50. 8.25 minutes through the third term. Derek Rama over his head. And it's now St George who are going to come back into attack.
Down to centre again. Looking for Widmer. Doesn't pay off. Dragons just hanging on, sliding over as Brown. He goes towards goal. Oh, yes, that's a beauty. The Dragons cut it back to within a kick once again.
It's the old stop, drop and roll, Mars. Just snuck under his opponent and had the wherewithal to just gain his feet. We'll see it here. Brown, stop. They'll fly right by.
Oh.
And some good work on the line as well. Probably not required, but it was there anyway. And St George pick the margin back to 5 points.
Goal apiece in this third term. Goals to Bilby and Brown. Little tap down. Adira Rama couldn't hang on to it. Now the momentum comes back with the red and the white. Wheels around like the QE2. Good kick. Good mark.
It's Paul Sain again, looming large in the forward line.
It's actually Taylor Priest.
Well, the kick was from Sain to Priest.
There we go.
He did well. He wheeled around, looked up. It didn't blaze to the top of the square, but just won 20 metres in front. Taylor Priest backed himself a couple of goals last week in the win against Manly. Can he get himself on the scoreboard and get the lead back to the red and white? Makes the goal umpire do a little bit to the right, but it's good enough. St George have the lead. 8-3-51 plays 7-8-50. 10 minutes gone. Prelim final. The winner to take on East Coast this time next week.
The lead has changed back and forth more times than the weather here today. St George by just 1 point, 8-3 to 7-8. Might this be the year that they finally make it through to the big dance? Still a long, long way to go. 1 point St George lead. So the breeze comes from the north. So it's at the back of St George at the moment as we resume hostilities. Widmer again at the tap. Dewey Whitrama can't get it. It's kicked back into the St George 50. Chasing after is the goal kicker Priest. He gets there first. He's surrounded by two Demons. Punches it on forward. Finds Brown. Brown tackled over the far boundary right on the arc. The umpire say boundary throw it. I dearly love another one here, St George. Just to put the margin back out beyond the goal and give him a bit of breathing room. Again, the Rucks go at it. Adiri Rickrama, well held in the tackle by Guthrie. Gets the ball free. It's contested again. Lakakis falls on top of the footy. We'll have a ball up right on the 50 arc.
Playing there, Matt Carey just getting up off the deck. He's one player that the Demons would like to get more involved, and here he is straight out of the ruck.
They go to centre wing, cut off. Dragons going to come back into attack with a kick, shocking. Derek Ram couldn't hang on to it. Gives it off to Wales. Wales looking for the boundary line. Doesn't get enough of it. It's the Dragons through Shaw. He has to square play back up. Nice work from Pennant Hills. Good fresh tackle. Bradley Keogh had the pill there and he wasn't going very far at all. Has been a feature of the game. That'll be in the notes. The East Coast to our right will make is that St George to certainly have the tackling pressure better than Pennant Hills. This kick inside 50. Priest keeps his feet. Dishes off the hand pass. Snap round the corner.
Oh.
Did he touch his own goal?
Why?
Might have been touched off the boot, boys.
That was from Blake Guthrie, the kick round the corner.
That touch on the line was well behind the line, so I can only assume she was touched off the boot.
To the bemusement of the 30 or 40 so people up here in the King George 5 Memorial Grandstand. This is the upper deck. This is VIP stuff up here. The kick, a good one right in front of the 30 or 40 so Dragons fans on the outer side.
That's a VIP mark. Can he finish it off with a good collection? Oh, no! Words don't do that justice. Taylor Priest.
Is there a trampoline out there around about in that pocket?
Yeah, I know.
A bit of spongy grass.
What's the saying from the movie Gallipoli? What are your legs, steel springs? I think maybe the coach from St George gave him that little gem at half-time.
Well, it is Daniel Priest out there, or Taylor Priest, sorry, who's been a real live wire up forward this quarter. Can he finish off?
Moves in, ball in flight. He does it beautifully. And St George have some breathing space. 9-4-58 to 7-8-50. 14 minutes into the third term of the preliminary final in the BLK Sydney AFL Premier Division. The East Coast Eagles watching on.
Fittingly, it was Paul Sain who kicked it in. And a good mark there by Priest.
Just got a good leap himself. Didn't really use anyone as the old step later. But St George, they've kicked 3 on the trot. Now it's time for Pennant Hills to kick the next. 4 in a row, and the margin starts getting out to levels where you just get a little bit nervous, although we have had more twists and turns than Game of Thrones in this game so far as we approach the 15-minute mark of the third term. The sun out here at Henson Park, beautiful suburban football ground. A little bit of candy sold left and right. Here's Angel, 45 out, flying kick on goal. Is to the right-hand side, the one behind. Margin back to 7.
If you believe it or not, there's blue sky now here in Newtown as the kick in. Doesn't find anybody on the lead, chasing after it. West looking at it. Demons with the handball. It's dropped, kept in, sent over the line, claims to deliver it right in front of the Pennant Hills bench. The umpire moved, so Daniel Tollins gets a reprieve.
Oh, I missed one there.
You've umpired 508 games. We'll give you one mulligan.
Ball thrown back in on the Pennant Hills attacking wing. Grandstand side. It's down with Kilpatrick. Overhead kick. Deception mark by Hare as once again the flight path does its work. Yeah, now down the centre. Finds an open man. Mark on the lead by the man there, and Angel sends it towards the goal square. Plenty of congestion. Ball run by Widmer. Going back in the Edmonds direction. Can't maintain it. The handball well read there by Wales. Kicked back in by Angel. He's been busy. One-on-one, well spoiled from Moratis, who had eyes for that footy. Now to Hay.
Good hand pass.
Great word to Owen Orban. Takes a crack at goal. And he's got it! It's 1 point again. This preliminary final's on the line for everyone.
What a handball, Muzz.
Yeah, they overrun it at one stage. The two players go out and one wants to block for the other. We just have a look, and Owen Orban slips at an unopportune time. Talbot gets the no-looker up around the corner and steadies, and from the White Lady Funerals pocket slots a beauty. So play back underway. Margin, the solitary point. And this is the Sydney Orthopaedic Surgeons centre circle where all good collarbones come to break. So now, who has the next goal up their sleeve? Nice bit of run and carry from the D's. They go along with a good punch over the back there, James Dunn. Sees it across the boundary line, approaching the 18-minute mark of the third term.
It's all set up for an absolutely cracking final term here at Henson Park. Neither of these teams been out. I think we're out to 12 points at one stage. And that's probably been the biggest margin of the afternoon. And here they go again, the Demons.
Angel with the kick. It sits up well. No one in front of him. It's the kick in the Bilby direction. With two around him, he still is good enough to take the mark. Despite the attention of Travis Martin. Bilby will go back to try and kick his foot.
Sorry, Jules. Once again, I asked the question, how does Bilby get in that much space with Pennant Hills streaming out of the back line?
You can't let him have front spot. The defender's got to get the body in front and make him go around. It was just too easy there for the big fella.
This for the lead. Crowd tell the story. Bilby has 4, and the Demons lead by 5.
So back-to-back goals. Owen Orban kicked the previous. Now Bilby.
If you have a look here, Muzz, there's plenty of time. They're coming out. They've got players streaming forward. And Luke Bilby He's standing in the middle, 5 metres away from 2 opponents. And the coaching staff at the Dragons, well, they'll be pretty disappointed with that effort.
Yeah, they'd be fairly filthy with that. That's it's elementary stuff. When we get to this level, that could be the best. That could be spoil of the year. Got high to it and got the bounce. Kenny overran it. Just getting a little frazzled here. Snap round the corner. Short. So 4-point ball game. 9-9-63 Pennant Hills. 9-5-59 St George, and we hit 20 minutes on the dot as Adiri Rick Rama sends things to his half-back flank.
With it now is Daniel Witt. Haven't called his name too much today. Sends it to centre wing. The far boundary. Second grab at it. Cooper takes the mark. Looks to play on quickly. Gives it on. We have attention. The kick now to left half forward. That's a great mark.
Here's one player, Angel, who's just really starting to inject himself into the game. He is a live wire, and he's providing another option up forward. So danger signs here for St George.
Angel at right half forward. Does that still count as the White Lady
Funerals
pocket?
This is deep in the White Lady Funerals pocket.
White Lady Funerals half forward line. Tell you what, if he rises the dead if he kicks this. Gives it a good old whack. Oh, that's sensational.
And again, I ask the question.
The big fella, the Bilby, going for 5.
Oh, he's going to be in the car park here, Muzz. Have to jump the fence, I think.
Surprised they didn't send him back further.
So that's a good result for Penno.
Should kick this, you'd think.
Oh,
Nope.
Well, we can chalk up 2 of the greatest misses on goal today to Luke Bilby. He was in 2 minds, and he got 2 steps away from the man on the mark and said, I'll just pop this over his head. He was thinking check side the whole way, I reckon.
Let's look at the mark again just quickly. 4 deep.
That's got to go across the line there for St George. Dear Rick Rama there. Sane beat him. We've got a throw, and it'll be a free kick. Going to go to Dear Rick Rama. Looks up, has plenty of options. Goes the tougher option inside the centre square to Owen Urban. He goes wide and finds Widmar. Looks up, long, inside 50. This time they get a bit of body on Luke Bilby. The 2-on-1 works in the favour of St George.
So it's the Demons in front by 5 points. The kick, well marked by West. Handballs plays on now down the far boundary. Takes a bounce. It's in the kick to the attacking wing. Looking for Ryan. He gets it, but drops it over the boundary. Umpire will throw it back in.
Could be a kick. Bilby's kick could be one we go back to at the end of this one. He slots that goal when he should have. We get out to a double-digit margin. Things are a lot different. Deep in this 3rd term now.
Ball thrown back in. St George at the half-forward line, but kicked up in the air by the defence. Down on that far boundary again. Happy to watch it over the line. Fatigue will start to set in now. Deep in the 3rd quarter. Willing to time on. It's the Demons leading the Dragons by 5 points in the preliminary final.
Make sure you send in your thoughts via the comments section on the YouTube page you're watching. Let us know who you think's going to come out on top. Bit of run and carry from the Demons. Inside from the Dragons, inside 50 now. And it's going to win out. Numbers prevailing, or do they? Hand pass doesn't hit its target. Owen Orban has got to go back and pick it up. Over the top was Witt. They turn it over. Good little hand pass inside with the sling tackle. Another good tackle. Things lifting up. A little hop and a skip and a jump over the top. Good work from Delaquila to trap the ball. It's a tough bounce, and now cooler heads prevail here as Johnston has the pill on the arc of 50. He goes wide again to Delaquila. Just slow things down.
Pennant Hills just really controlling the game at the moment. St George struggling to get their hands on the pill. And if this game plays out like this for much longer, we could be looking at an East Coast Pennant Hills grand final.
They do. Keogh turns and goes inside the centre square. Right. Drives it long. Inside 50. Use of the body. 10 out of 10. And a good mark there to Matt Carey. There can't be much long left.
Two of the Demon stars that haven't featured very heavily in this afternoon's game, and another danger if they are to start getting there. Kieran Wright, a big raking kick out of half-back, as we've so accustomed to see. And Matt Carey, who has been a bit hot and cold this year in front of goal. Usually a very good kick in front of the big sticks.
Real slow, and then he gets up to a trot. Left foot, 40 out, slight angle. Goal umpire's got to do too much work. The margin out to a straight kick. 9-11-65. Plays 9-5-59.
It's 1 goal neat in favour of the Demons in the preliminary final. It's been a great game.
A lot of movement from the St George players here with this kick in. They find an outrider in the pocket. And they're away.
In front of him, but retrieves it just the same. Again, the kick drops short.
Oh, it's on here.
Free kick found. They were flailing arms and legs there. Nothing more done than a free kick, but
interesting to see if it does boil over the tensions as this game draws to its conclusion. Now at centre wing, kept in well by Brown. He's got two around him. He's pushed over the boundary line. Umpire will throw it back in. Still up for grabs. This is why we love preliminary finals. So much on the line. Spot in the grand final. Here's the prize. Thrown back in. Widmer wins the tap. Good kick across the body. Down the centre wing. 2-on-2 battle. Top of the ball's Cooper. Maintaining, he's got two Dragons around him. The ball somehow finds a way free. He's a Dewey Wickwama. Sends it inside 50. Good kick. And a great chest mark by Matthew Carey. It's right on the tip of his range.
Such a prolific goal scorer through his junior years. Brought that into his senior game. It's just been these last couple of years, for whatever reason, the radar hasn't been as finely tuned. Dearly love one here, the Demons. They lead by 6 at the moment.
And you make it 12. Matthew Carey from right out on that boundary. That right half forward sends it in flight. Will drop just short. And it's touched over the boundary line for a throw.
Moratis did a good job there of nearly shoving the entire pack and have the ball end up in his lap.
would have been the cheekiest mark you've ever seen. Once again, the man holding the siren. No sense of theatre.
But we are set up for 25 minutes of terrific footy coming up. Pennant Hills 9-11-65, lead at St George 9-5-59. The last two prelim finals, Pennant Hills have defeated St George. Will it be third time's a charm again? Stay tuned, fill up your refreshment, strap yourself in, because we've got half an hour of footy that'll be red hot here at Henson Park.
The scene is set here at Henson Park. We have one participant in the 2015 Grand Final already locked and loaded, and we are 6 points the difference to finding out who will be the other player. It's Pennant Hills by 6 points at three-quarter time. We're joined up here by Julian Dorr and Murray Canallan, who will take you through all the action in this final term. Who will take on the Eagles in the 2015 Grand Final? We will find out at the end of this quarter.
The margin, a solitary straight kick. Umpires look around, all the fences are shut. Got two Sharons either end. No dogs on Henson Oval. We are ready and roaring to go. Widmer against West. West has been quiet. He was very good last week against the Giants. Can he find 25 minutes of footy up his sleeve? Nice work there. They get first use of it, running back with a flight Guthrie. The give and go and straight down the throat of Nick Ryan. And that is well deep into the White Lady Funeral's dead pocket. But today, not as dead. I've seen some good shots on goal. This one might test the veterans' legs. Trots in. Kick it on the paint, or just outside of it. Runs in, foot right on the paint. Needs to get a little bit of length. Can't, falls down. Anyone's ball. Try.
Newtown lead 4 points to nil.
That's right.
Kick to come.
And the Demons lead by 5 as they work it out the back line. Taken by Hare. Right half back. Hope you're enjoying it on AFL Sydney Live. Julian Dorr, Murray Canellan and Craig Abercrombie with you as a high pack mark forms at centre wing. No one gets a clear winner. The ball goes over the line out for a throw. A bit of push and shove too between Zane and Ray. Been heavily involved today.
Ooh, hang on. Boundary umpires coming together to have a chat.
Free kick going to Stephen Ray and the Demons.
Just a little wink there from Chris Yard, Tony Abbott style. Just knew what he was doing there, made sure he asked the question of the umpires. Wasn't giving the ball back till he got an answer, and he got the answer he wanted.
High flying they go. Moratis. It's it out to Angel. Kicks it inside 50, looking for Bilby. Again, the defence await to it, but here's Bilby now. Gets out of one, gets out of two, gets the handball on. And that's a sensational goal from Delaquila. That name's going to give me nightmares for the next month. And it's also going to give St George's defence nightmares.
Well, I don't know if a coach can pick up a stat. If we go right back to this wing here.
What did they find?
Not sure what they found. The ball was tackled over. You can see here a little bit of a what for. Must have been a free kick. Chris Yard there, not giving the ball back until it's all sorted out.
He didn't try and say,
Look at this little
dribble
wink
off
here.
a foot somewhere.
Look sideways, Chris Yard. There we go.
Can't go to the shop by experience. Madiri Rick Rama got his hands to it. He's lifted a notch so far. 11 points the margin, 3 minutes into the final term. The winner progresses against East Coast. West, that goes over his head. It also beats Kenny. All ends up. Now coming off the half-back. Pennant Hills, long inside 50. Good little tap over the back. Cooper with the ball, held to him. Umpire circles. Umpire says, you're done, son.
So the Dragons with the ball.
It's interesting there. Bilby just going back in the protected zone, threw his arms in the air. There was a rule about that not that long ago.
It's a nice mark out. That's centre wing. So, mate, Delaquila. 15-metre kick. Marked again. The Demons will be happy to just play the possession game here at the moment. It's theirs to lose. The mark drops short. Contested Bilby tried his best. Dragons get it. Kick down the line to centre wing. Big collisions. Dragons need the next goal. Starting to get to that territory. Batted on well by Witt. Turned over. The Dragons hovering towards the half-forward line. Adiri Wickwama looking to try and wrest the ball back. The kick, not effective. Batted on by Talbot. They're going to whistle. A free kick. Play on, advantage, St George into the forward line. It drops short. A snap across the body. That's a big goal. That is a huge goal. St George still alive in the preliminary final.
Jake Brown with the goal there for the Dragons. They called it well, John. It was just a quick snap out. It's not enough done there from Daniel Preen. He hasn't had the best day. And Brown just pounced.
Ball back in the centre. Brown, he's picked himself up 2 so far. 5-point margin. Ball comes down. Widmar just puts a little toe poke forward, but now St George with a bit of run out of their back half. They just need some clean possession, making sure that they are a very dangerous side. That's why they are one quarter of footy now away. Adiri Wickwama goes forward. A couple of hand passes for Pennant Hills. And they just get some bad bounces at unopportune times that slow their momentum down inside 50. The push didn't work out there from Moratis. It's now St George coming out of their own back half.
On the lead, the mark taken by Paul Saint. His own 50 arc. There's players in front of him. Kicks it to Guthrie. Gives it on. It's with Jones. Takes the runner on. Beats him. Steps back. Centering handball to Hodgson. Kicking towards full forward. On the run is Kenny. Steps around into dead man's corner. Snaps it to the top of the goal square. It's touched over the line. Margin cut into 4 now. The Demons by 4 over the Dragons.
That was lovely work from Kenny. Thought just squeeze it to the right to the goal line. Luckily not marked. It's now Pennant Hills. What can they muster together? 6.5 minutes through the 4th term. 10-11-71 plays 10-7-67. Pennant Hills by 4. Little push there. Play on it, Derek Rama uses his speed, toes it forward. Boundary line might win out, and it does. It'll be interesting. I'm guessing, Craig, this is a dress rehearsal also for the umpires for next week. Yeah, but I wonder if the umpires sort of... There's only one game in Premier Division, so if the best umpires, they do the Div 1 prelim.
Traditionally, they do filter down, so
you need a good performance in Div 1 to probably get yourself out.
Umpires have a nice gala evening throughout the week to announce the umpires for the grand finals. Of course, only 3
Jersey presentation.
Only 3 grand finals next weekend. Traditionally, we had 4 on the grand final day, but 3 grand finals next weekend in the under-19s Division 1 and then Division 1, and of course Premier Division kicking off I think about 3:30 next Sunday afternoon.
Should be glorious. If there's anything like today, it'll be a glorious afternoon of the footy, especially with the uni boys doing the barbecue. That was a delicious feed I had at half time.
Don't forget also, Muzz, we'll bring you all the gala and glitz and glamour from Freeland Medal Night tomorrow night. We'll be coming to you from Daltone House in the city. Who will be the Freeland medalist for 2015.
All out the far boundary. St George, up and under kick, finds Lakakis. Kicks it down the centre, finds the open man. Everything counts now. Gilbert takes the mark, looks up, puts the kick into the half-forward line, straight into the grateful arms of Kieran Wright. He marks 45 out from his own goal.
Haven't seen too much of Wright this afternoon. He delivered a great kick prior to half-time, and that one is an absolute belter to Edmonds. Edmonds inside 50, looking for Adiri Rama. What can he do? He stops, props. Can't sell any dummy. The kick just goes forward in the Carey direction. He shrugs. Carey can't lay the tackle. Now they're out to Nathan Kenny. Love him that he just continues to wear the green wheels because he can, hard to forget him. His kick coming out, just the required 15. That's Frango's, who also we haven't seen too much of, and that could be why.
St George take off up the centre, trailing by 4. Good on the leg. Mark taken by Ryan. Plays on. Finds a man open now. Down by 4. Has all the time in the world to take the shot. And makes it count. St George in front. 11-7, 73 to 10, 11-71 in the preliminary final as we hit the 10-minute mark of the final term.
Digital Sports alum in the foreground.
Yeah, assistant coach at the Eagles, Phil Bester. Mick Sankey in the background. Hey, we're no closer to knowing who they'll take on next week. St George lead by 2. 10-minute mark, final term.
20 to go, 2-point margin. Pennant Hills with the ball. They come out the back of the centre square. Couple of bounces, good use of the body. Terrific mark there from Nick Hay. Looks up. He's got Bilby in a one-on-one. He was begging for it. But he's going to go back and take his shot. Had a couple. He also just had Tom Angel all on his lonesome. But Hay will kick this from 51 on the dot. It's to the right. It's to the right. And it just sneaks in. Makes the margin just the solitary point. 11-7-73 St George play 10-12-72 Pennant Hills. 11 and a quarter minutes through the fourth.
1 point separates heaven and hell at the moment. St George, now they'll play the possession game. The right back pocket. Sends the ball in flight to the pack. Intercept mark. Tim Wales has had a solid afternoon. As the sun sets here at Henson Park. That's a huge launching kick to the top of the square. The pack forms and it's rushed over. Scores a level.
Moranis hasn't had much luck, has he, today? He's been up there and amongst it quite a few times this afternoon. Unable to bring one down.
So kicking taken quickly by St George. Scores level in the preliminary final. Oh, fantastic work, Bradley Keogh. Now, plays it quickly. Has a couple of men loose in the middle. Links up with Talbot. Too far out to score. He's got another man open. Centering pass finds Tim Wales. He's too far out, but he can kick it to the top of the square. The pack is forming. It's punched over the line, and the Demons have the lead by a point again. 74 plays 73. This final term of the preliminary final, a classic being played out here at Henson Park.
Classic teamwork here today, and this kick. The kick from St George from these behinds has been no good. It just keeps giving the D's chance after chance. 1 point ball game. 13 minutes now. From 55, the kick looks good. The kick is just to the right-hand side. We've got a 2-point ball game.
Reminiscent, Muzz, before your time, I think back, I think it was 2008. A game here between the Eagles and Pennant Hills in a grand final where Pennant Hills kicked 9 behinds in a row to win the grand final. That day, though, the rain was coming in sideways. They need a goal, the Demons.
Derek Brown got the handball off. The tackle was made. They get the ball clear out of the forward line for the moment, St George, but plays converging across the Sharon. No free room. The tackle made. Ball on deck. The ball up 55 metres out. The Pennant Hills goal.
These games, the prelim finals, have been traditionally close. 2011, Balmain by 3 points over Sydney Uni.
The ball up. Dragons with it. Hand pass goes astray. It's loose for Smith. Smith, handball in. Finds Ray. Hits it on. Now a snapshot across the body. This will be huge if he lands this. Hits the post.
Nearly couldn't hit it any higher and it would have spiked on top of the post.
Climbing up to get it. 14 and a half played, boys. Demons by 3 points.
The draw might be taken off the table now.
Never say never, my friend. Never say never. The kick, not a good one. Delaquila can't. Tries to use his body, but strong there was Ryan. He's got the pill now to Kenny. That one going nowhere.
What can you do here, Jules? You just cannot get the ball out from your kick-ins. Does the coach go out there and change it up, or do they just persist with how they've got it?
Well, I think at this point it comes down to just guts and glory. Pardon the pun. It's a case of just keep working until you get a result. And the Dragons have got one here.
West gets boot to ball. Priest there, but nice work from Cooper. Got half a hand to it. Everyone wants a free kick now. Brave. Little step inside. Good hand pass from Owen Auburn. We've got a free kick coming back. We've also got a push.
Well, the mark was taken as well by Tom Angel. So no matter which way you look at it, it's Pennant Hills shot on goal.
Just can't get past the half back line at the moment, St George. Starting to run out of legs.
This is where the coaching staff really need to sort of start looking at the magnet board, trying to work out what they can do.
Tom Angel, the kick looks good, needs to hold its line, and it does. The margin out to 9, 16 minutes through the fourth quarter. 11-16, 82. Plays 11-7, 73. Pennant Hills hold a 9-point margin. Probably 11, 12 minutes remaining.
They're unlucky there to not get a free kick to Jake Brown for a high contact. Good in close handballs here for play, but you see here, Angel, he was always going to get that one as well. So a good result there for Pennant Hills Demons.
Dragons desperate now. We could be looking at a third straight preliminary finals loss to the Demons. They get the clearance as well, the D's. It bounces over the top. It comes back down. Stepping one, stepping two. Twinkle toes. Sends it to half forward. Bounces at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Dragons backline again called upon. Moratus tied up. Ball up 45 out from goal. Beyond the grandstand side. Another goal here for the Demons, and they're going to be very hard to peg back. So ball up again. Knocked over the boundary line right on the 50 arc. The Dragons have been tracked down here for most of this final quarter. They've done so well. It's a shame that one of these sides have to lose. They've given us a fantastic preliminary final. There's the ball now to Diri Rama. Kicks it towards the top of the goal square. Bounces to the left. It's been chased over. Good one-on-one tackle. The ball comes free, and so too does Carey. He takes a snap, and it's touched over the line. The margin is straight 10.
Geez, that was clever. Bilby, little tap over the top to Adiri Rama. Attempted the flying shot, didn't get enough of it. 18 minutes now, so the clock certainly the enemy for the red and white.
What can they do here, St George? They've really struggled in this final term to get the ball out of their 50, and once again, they're under pressure.
I'd love to see the stat on the. They dead set haven't been past halfway more than 3 or 4 times, I reckon.
Well, we saw last week, Muzz, if you remember, that spirited three-quarter time address by the coaching staff
Still
of
ringing in my
St George. Didn't quite pick up that third quarter if it had the same level of gusto. But they haven't come out in this final term looking like they want to play in a grand final. Maybe now they'll get a chance.
They certainly do. They're inside 50. This kick is all on his lonesome. He could have played on, but he just dishes the pass off, and they go into traffic, and he goes down but wins himself a free.
That's lucky. They made an absolute mess of that.
Priest?
Brown, I think it is.
Brown. So Brown's going to have a shot. We've probably got 6 or 8 minutes to go. this to bring the margin back to 4. And as Julian said, that was an absolute gift of a free because they had sold themselves into an awful lot of traffic. Jake Brown from 45, slight angle, he's hit it to the near side. 9-point margin, 19.5 minutes through. Now this is where you've just got to send everyone forward. We've got 2 pairs of 2 back for Pennant Hills, and the kick, a good one for the D's.
Finds Widmer, and at left half back. Dragons would have been desperate to lock the ball in the attacking 50, but they can't do so. Widmer now sends it to centre wing. Ball goes through the hands of Hay. The Dragons heading back down to the northern end once again. Widmer again. Fantastic effort from him. Takes the mark, and he'll be well advised now. Just soak down the time. Play on call. He has to get the hand pass on quickly, but he does. Spares his blushes. And the kick again. Down to centre wing. Adiri Whitfarmer takes the mark in the centre of Henson Park. A 9-point Demon lead. The kick. Oh, that's good work coming through by Zane, but can't stop Owen Orban from taking the ball. He kicks it high into a pack. Comes down with Tomlins. Looking to get it free. Turned over. Snapshot. This could be out of bounds, and it is.
So danger times now 20, approaching the 21st minute of the prelim final. East Coast sit to our right and wait and see who they will take on next week for a chance at a Premier Division flag. Good mark there by the old stager Nick Ryan. He knows how desperate things are getting now. A hand pass looping over the top. Frangos. They're in the centre square with plenty of time and space. The hand pass from Jones goes wider still to Kenny. Fumbles it once, twice. Now turns Adira Rama around. Goes long, inside forward, 50. Oh! Don't do that. Don't reverse it, you goose. You goose.
He's just throwing his side's grand final chances down the toilet.
Well, it was a silly thing to do, but where was the 50, Muzz?
Oh, the 50 was there. They should have got it, but don't give it away. Don't give the reversal. That's an easy decision. They go 3 kicks down the outer side. Bilby now for the killer. They can't take the mark. That was Angel. Couldn't hang on to it. They're going to go through Hanson George now, although they drop it cold in their defensive 50. And I tell you what, if St George got a bus here, I reckon they'd be leaving off Paul Sane. He can drive home in the car he won for Mark of the Year, but he's not going home on the team bus.
There.
That's the 50 for sure. But
No
this is as dumb as it gets.
Dragons taking off down the centre. It's desperate now. Jones. There's a little bit of wrestling to the ground. And the free kick goes to the Demons. Holding the ball. 22.5 minutes gone the final term. The margin is 9 in favour of Pennant Hills. They were closing in on their 3rd straight grand final. In the centre, the kick goes well into the forward line. And the pack forms. No one gets the clear winner. Ball's in front of Hay. Sees it over the line. That will suit the Demons. It's in the right end of the ground.
It's actually gone out at the full.
Well, that won't suit the Demons at all. The Dragons have got to move quickly. Right in front of the park cars. Kick smothered. Fantastic effort.
Clown was the call. It took too long, and right on the spot there. Demons able to just force it over the line. He'll be in the ruck now.
What can he find? A little tap down. So going nowhere fast. They manage just to hack the ball forward. Hay picks it up. He's just punching the back of the head of the St George player, trying to say to the umpire, I am attempting at getting rid of the pill. The clock, the mortal enemy of St George now, and he's dropped it cold.
And Frank Kalasic, the veteran, he loves those ones. It's the slow-mo holding the ball signal.
He needs to get a bit more, he needs to get lower to the ground, though. Maybe
get
the aging
opportunity to do that next week. We'll wait and see.
bit of theatre, give it the long.
Save it for grand final day, I reckon.
Yeah. 24 and a quarter minutes through the fourth. It's 11-17, so they've had a mountain of scoring shots. 11-17-83, place 11-8-74. The margin 9 points. This to seal the deal. Stamp their pass for a grand final berth next week. There it is. The Demons will take on East Coast. Same time, same venue, same channel.
Same flight path.
There'll be plenty more of that.
Well, they're there now. They'll get their third crack at it. Unsuccessful in their last 2 trips to the big dance, the Demons. They'll have a new opponent next week in East Coast. As we look at the replay.
Good diving tackle there from Michael Talbot. He has been strong in this game today.
The Demons have been the better side when it counted. There's a ball in the ruck again. St George, they've fought to the bitter end. And unfortunately for them, it's going to end the same way as it has the last 2 years. They're going to give it all they've got, though, to the finish. As the kick inside forward 50. They haven't been down here enough in this final term. They lock the ball up, rush behind. That's got to be a free kick, I would think.
Throw.
It's a throw. Free kick going to St George.
So what, you need to see a bit of urgency from him here and
Gilbert's on the tightest of angles.
hurry up and kick it.
Absolutely, we are well into time on. Nearing the 26-minute mark. Gilbert, he's kicked it over the goal umpire's head. That's sensational. It might be too late, though. Margin is 9 points.
A 9-point margin. You would suspect that Pennant Hills now push everyone back. Don't worry about +2s. You'll have +4s and 6s back there. So we do have a look at them line up now. It is 5-on-5 in the back half. So now you can see the Pennant Hills coaching staff calling everyone back. There's a player who wants to come off. I think that's the Angel.
Soblin as well.
Hobbling off.
He was the one involved in there. Sorry, boys. At the throw on the goal line. He was down for quite a while.
Jordan West, little tap over the top. They're on here. Kick on goal. It's going to be Short, who can pluck a mark. St George can.
He's got to go quick.
Benny Jones.
He's got to go quick.
Paul Sane. He owes his team massively. 27 minutes now. This to get it back to a 3-point margin. Paul Sane slots it.
Wow.
Surely not.
Well, we've gone to this stage a couple of times. 27, 28 minutes in both quarters now. If you're Pennant Hills, you've got to send everyone back. They go and they're looking back at the scorer's hut to get a gauge on how long. Not very animated.
One
the
is the
Pennant
signal.
Hills coaching staff, so they send Adiri Rickrama on.
One was the signal out to the playing group.
Now they've shifted 2 back.
So here we go. 3 points in it. St George climbing out of the grave. Pennant Hills could be the unthinkable here. The middle, Lakakis gets on to West. The handball. They're going to be clean here, the Dragons. They are! Sensational tackle! That might put him into a grand final. Stephen Ray puts the kick over the far side. If they hold on and win, we'll be talking about that tackle from Stephen Ray. And the Demons just trying to soak down the time. The kick down to the attacking wing. Is there still time for the Dragons? The hand pass down the line. The Demons see it out. That'll suit them. Right at centre wing on the far boundary. Amazing tackle from Stephen Ray. Just as the Dragons were about to keep going. Well into time on now. There must be just seconds left. Ball thrown back in. Centre wing. Demons want to send it back once it came. The Dragons kicking it down the line. On the lead, the mark taken by the D's. Leading by just 3 points.
They should look back, but they don't have options back, so they just have to drive it. Long down the wing, out of side. West flew for the Dragons. Couldn't get their Bilby there. They just keep pumping the legs. A little hand pass over the top from Angel. Sees open space, and that is it.
What a game.
3 times these teams have met in a preliminary final. 3 times Pennant Hills are victorious. Today, by the barest of 3 points. On both occasions previous, it was 20 points and 30 points. Today, the Dragons, we thought they were done and dusted. They were 15 points down with 2 minutes to go. And they kicked back-to-back goals. And if not from a tackle by Thomas Angel, this result could be very different.
Absolutely. Got to give Stephen Ray, I think that tackle won them the match just as they were taking off.
We have a look at the replay here. They got first use of the ball. West with a great little hand pass down. Half a fumble. He thought he had stepped.
Look at that.
Jerry Rick Brahma. That was a terrific tackle.
That was the match winner.
You just see the St George players just go, what else did I have to do? Thought he had the time. Final score here at Henson Park. Pennant Hills 12-17-89. Book themselves a grand final berth this time next week against the East Coast Eagles. They have defeated St George 13-8-86. Look at that. 29 scoring shots to 21 for a 3-point margin.
Well, boys, it's all set up for the 2015 BLK AFL Sydney Grand Final. It's a new opponent for the Demons, but it's an old foe that they will meet on Grand Final day. It is going to be the East Coast Eagles taking on Pennant Hills. It's a promoter's delight, Muzz, as these two powerhouse teams will meet on the final day of the season. They were sold a long-term dream at Pennant Hill at St George. They were gearing up. They had a 3-year plan, and for 3 years they've bowed out in the preliminary final. And commiserations to the boys from St George. They were gallant today. They were right in it until the final minute, but they just could not get the job done. The Pennant Hills Demons get it done, that's for sure. And they progress to the big dance for the 2015 season. We'll bring you all the action next week. We've got 3 big grand finals starting very early in the morning, and of course the big one at around about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Make sure you join us on AFL Sydney Live. We'll bring you all the action from Henson Park right here. If you're coming to the game, make sure you throw your radio in the car and tune into 89.6. You'll hear all the commentary at the ground. In the meantime, it's going to be a big week out there in the hills. It's Pennant Hills. We'll be taking on the East Coast Eagles. Thanks, boys, for your efforts this afternoon. It's been an absolute pleasure. Julian Dorp.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to next Sunday.
And Murray Canallan.
Thanks, Abbott. Thanks, Julian.
It's been a wonderful game here as both teams make their way off. One team will set their sights on a premiership. The other team will say goodbye to 2015 and say goodbye to a premiership dream. We'll finish up here at Pennant Hills at Henson Park. And that final score again. Pennant Hills in the preliminary final. 3-point winners over St George. 12-17-89. St George 13-8-86. It's all set up for a cracking finish to the season.